The meeting between President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa and President Donald Trump of the United States of America was a monumental failure on the part of South Africa, on the part of the South African delegation that was led by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Contrary to what President Cyril Ramaphosa, his ANC people, and the rest of the GNU people would like us to believe that that was a success. It was a failure. It was a monumental failure because the delegation failed to push back against the white genocide narrative. Anyone who watched that engagement, especially if it is someone who's not familiar with the facts that are available, would have left that meeting indeed convinced that there is white genocide in South Africa. This was mainly because Cyril Ramaphosa sat there giggling. He sat there giggling like a small boy, who has been called over to the naughty corner. That's what happened, guys. Greetings, guys. My name is Tebos Kosana. Welcome to the platform, The Agenda. Please, guys, stay through with me as we provide reactions to that meeting that took place yesterday. But importantly as well, guys, please remember to subscribe to the platform, guys. Please help us grow the channel, support us growing the channel. There's different ways of supporting us growing the channel. First is to subscribe, and it's for free to subscribe. Secondly is to join to become a member of the channel. You can contribute around 12 rand to 13 rand per month, or also provide a super thanks on this video to help us and to support us to ensure that we strengthen the platform, we grow the platform in terms of the research projects that the platform will be doing to ensure that we are able to counter. Because remember, the main reason this platform exists is to counter the white narrative. So we're building a platform, a pro-black platform that will counter the pro-white narrative. So to do that, we need some resources in terms of research and all of that, you see. So please do support us by joining the platform or providing the super thanks. And also remember to comment, like, and share. Share the videos on the different social media platforms to ensure that the videos they reach the wider audiences. Okay, back to it, guys. That's my view. You guys, what is your view? Do you guys think that meeting was a success on the part of the South Africa's delegation? Or do you agree with me when I say that was a monumental failure on the part of the South Africa's delegation? Because in most cases they were unable to contest the assertions and the lies that Donald Trump repeated in that meeting. He's been saying this for over a long period of time. And they should have known, because one of the other things, Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation appeared to be caught off guard by Donald Trump when he produced that compilation of a video where we saw they compiled a video of Julius Malema, the commander-in-chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters, debating in parliament, debating the land question in parliament, and also addressing the rallies, and also singing the song "Kill the Poor, Kill the Farmer." You see, so, and there were also multiple of articles that Donald Trump brought along in that meeting, and he produced that. That's why the United States of America's government calls it receipts, that they brought receipts to the meeting to prove on their part, to try and prove that indeed there is white genocide in South Africa. But we know that it's a lie, there's no such a thing. But Cyril Ramaphosa failed. Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation, they failed. You see, they failed to refute those things. And the reason they failed is because, firstly, they went there not on the basis of them presenting the truth. presenting the truth and as well as ensuring that whatever discussion takes place must take place between two countries, two sovereign countries, not a meeting between a president and a premier of a province, where you just get into a meeting, a president is scolding a premier for the performance of the province. So they went there on a begging bower. Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation went there on a begging bower. Hence, they did not push back. That's why I'm saying that any person who was watching that engagement and a person who's in any case that does not have the facts that we have is probably right now convinced that the so-called white genocide in South Africa indeed does exist. You see, as much as we know that Donald Trump and his administration have long made up their minds, and not because they're stupid, but because they're pushing a certain narrative. They're pushing South Africa into a corner where they can be able to extract certain concessions from South Africa. So whatever evidence you present to them, it will have not changed their minds. But nonetheless, Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation, they still had that responsibility to ensure that they push back. You see, if you get disrespected or you get humiliated for telling the truth, then so be it. Rather than sitting there and just giggling. You see, because all of a sudden now we find ourselves in a situation whereby certain policies were thrown out of the window in that meeting. Firstly, the expropriation of land without compensation. That whole one that Ramaphosa signed into an act. All of a sudden in that meeting, it was thrown out of the window. All of a sudden we had the willing buyer, willing seller. Something that we thought we have long moved past it. But all of a sudden, as a part of their cowardice, the cowardice on the part of Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation, all of a sudden we had them now bring on the table that no, in South Africa there's no expropriation without compensation, but rather there is a what to call the willing buyer, the willing seller and willing buyer policy. But that's a lie. Because the reason we ended up moving towards the expropriation of land, the reason people were calling for the expropriation of land without compensation, it is because we're acknowledging that the willing seller, willing buyer policy had dismally failed. But all of a sudden we're told that no, in South Africa there's no expropriation of land without compensation, but there's willing buyer, there's willing seller and willing buyer. That's cowardice. That's embarrassing. Secondly, we are hearing now that all of a sudden they are bending backwards on the Starlink issue. We heard now in that meeting them trying to soften Donald Trump by campaigning for Starlink and these technological companies from the tech companies from the United States of America to say, no, we need assistance with technology for this and that. Therefore, they were opening a door. They're opening a door for Elon Musk and his Starlink. Therefore, going against the policies, the existing policies of the country. Because the reason Starlink currently does not operate in South Africa is because Starlink has refused to meet the requirements, such as the BEE requirement to say for them to come and operate in South Africa, there are certain standards and requirements that they need to meet. But all of a sudden, they are inviting Starlink and these tech companies from the United States of America at the expense of the existing policies. Then you want to come here and tell us that it was a success. Come on, we are not children. You see. And again, you ask yourself another thing. When Donald Trump asked Ramaphosa, why have you not arrested that man, referring to Julius Malema for that? The delegation again, they failed to tell him that in South Africa, the courts, even the highest court, the Constitutional Court, recently pronounced itself on the chanting of that struggle song, kill the poor, kill the farmer, that it is not hate speech. Therefore, there are no grounds for President Cyril Ramaphosa to arrest Julius Malema. They failed to do that because they are cowards. And the people that he took there, the golfers, your any else, and they don't assist the cause. Though some of those white people that he took there went there to sink us as a country. They did not assist any cause of ours. Those people he took there are the apartheid apologists. To hear them when they were talking, they were apologists, making apologies for apartheid. They've got no regard at all for black people and for the transformation. Those apartheid apologists, they do not believe in equality, that black people are deserving of equality to on equal basis as the white people. You see. So we should contest this narrative that Ramaphosa, ANC, and the GNU seeks to portray now, that no, all of a sudden that thing was a success. It was a monumental failure. It was a monumental failure and an embarrassing failure, where we saw the South Africa's delegation, especially the black people, forget about the white people that were part of the delegation. The scolding was directed at the black people who were part of that delegation. Were scolded as like they are young boys and girls into the naughty corner. It was not a meeting between two sovereign states there. No, I refuse. There's no such a thing. So the ANC, the GNU, and others and their puppets must stop insulting our intelligence. We know what is a success. We know what is a failure. We are not dumb cops. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. Please, again, guys, remember to subscribe, comment, and share. Also remember to join to become a member, and also remember to provide us with the super thanks. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Siyabonga, Africa. Africa is really too.